Welcome to the Billy Ho Forecast Show. Please subscribe and like the video. Remember, the more you share, the bigger we grow. Now, let's go! Hello, Billy Ho here. Welcome to the DFS preview for the RBC Heritage. Today we're going to get into what Harbortown Golf Links will offer up our players this week and how they play well on Pete Dye courses. I'll also go over some early lineup strategy and players to key in on to begin your process. So before we get started, I wanted to shout out to Mr. J.R. Blair for winning the Billy Ho contest. Also to 830 Recreator for the second place. And just a little special shout out to one of our Discord regulars, Dart Hero, for a close third place finish. Good job, guys. Harbortown is a Pete Dye designed 7,100 yard par 71 links style course featuring 3,700 square feet of Bermuda grass greens that run a bit slow on the stimp meter, about 11.5. The fairways are Bermuda grass, but are overseeded with rye. Just a footnote on that. Hilton Head had a pretty cold winter, so that wasn't too good on the Bermuda grass. So the greens may not be super smooth rolling. And here is Fantasy National Golf Club's course breakdown itself. The skill sets I'm looking for, I'm working backwards to do something a little different. And the first thing you want, and this is not in any order, it's not like this is the most important, but we all know clutch putting wins tournaments. So good Bermuda putters will be targeted. And I'm also going to bump up. I know a lot of people don't play around the green very much, if at all, but I'm going to bump it up here a little bit, not a lot, but a little. And here's why. The 3 par 5s, if you can see them here, there's 549 and 588 and 502 are all gettable, all home in 2 type holes. Also, hole number 9 is 332 yard par 4, which is, I believe, going to be borderline drivable. So that's another one like I equate to par 5s. So all 4 of those holes will be missed when they go for it in 2, especially trying to drive it. I don't know how many people are going to drive number 9, but everybody's going to be off the side of the green chipping to try to make a birdie. So that's one of the reasons. And then the other reason is that the rest of these small greens are going to be tough to land on in regulation anyway, sub 70%, which is at tour average. So below tour average. Now, Harbortown is not really demanding around the green, so keep that in mind. It's not like Augusta, but it's going to be important. Also, greens gained, as with these short-ish greens, are going to be important, and along with strokes gained approach. Our course is actually tree-lined and pretty narrow, and you have to be more in the correct spots in the fairway or even the best angle to the hole, not necessarily in the fairway. So what I did there is I added in good drives gained along with ball striking. So over here at my model, this is for 2 months is what I'm doing here. And that's where we got good drives. I threw in a little ball striking, strokes gained approach, greens gained around the green. I may play with that a little bit. I may add more par 5 scoring and birdies just for the scoring aspect of it. But that's just a first look. So to recap on that, here's all your good stats. Drives, good drives, strokes gain approach, greens gain, a little bit of boost around the green. And my favorite two is DK points and birdie or better gain. Now, strategy. We'll run a model here and take a look at what we got going on. And if most of these guys stay in, it's going to be an absolute stacked field. I didn't really notice it at first until pricing came out. But you got all the top guys that played in the Masters last week. JT, top finish, Cam Smith before he fell apart. DJ Morikawa, Cantlay didn't have his best stuff, but he's still good. Lowry was right up there. So was Connors. Berger collapsed. And Fitzy was there. Sungjae was there. So all these guys, of course, we all know what Jordan Spieth did. We won't talk about that. But I'm going to just go over a few players here that are, just kind of maybe a good value or maybe rank highly in the model or just guys I'm kind of interested in. So I'm going to start with Colin Morikawa at 10,200. I think he's the most interesting 5-digit guy. After his showing on Sunday, I thought was a real nice finish at the Masters. He also had a seventh place finish at Heritage last year, and with his accurate driving and elite approach play, I think he's got a ton of win equity here, and for the price, you just can't beat it. I mean, 900 off of JT is pretty good. Shane Lowry at 9,800. Had a nice go of it at the Masters with a top 10 finish. A couple nice finishes here as well. And the way he's striking it, especially with his approach game, he's got a good chance to post another good finish. He's third in the model with 16 recorded rounds. And he does pass the eye test, in my opinion. And his around the green is a lot better than 71. I don't know where that came from, but he's better than that. 9K, Russell Henley, I find interesting. He had a nice week at the Masters under some rough conditions. A ninth place finish here last year. And the way Russ has been playing recently with the more elite level, I think he's in for a good finish, but maybe higher ownership. It depends on where people want to go with these other guys around him. 9K is a fair price tag on him, I think. Now, Billy Ho, 8,700. I really like him coming in this week, and I'm usually not a big Billy Ho drag. I mean, I'm Billy Ho, obviously, but I usually don't get too braggadocious on Billy Ho. But he played his ass off at the Masters at a course that I don't know that he's the best fit at. I mean, sometimes he gets wonky with the irons, and he's more of a Bermuda guy than a bent guy. But sixth in the model, third in ball striking, third in greens gained, seventh in DK points. Billy Ho is a good target to go in a balanced lineup. Chris Kirk down here at 8K, fourth in the model, ninth ball striking, second around the green, third par fives, fifth in DK points. All those are great numbers. I'm looking for him to be a core type play at 8,000. 7,900, a bit of a discount, I think. Mav McNeely, for somebody who's been a darling of the DK industry. Now his stats don't really reflect how good he's played. I guess maybe birdies. He makes a lot of birdies and scores DK points, and around the green game, poor in a few outings. So that's probably why he's ranked lower in the model. But he likes these short courses with tiny greens. So I'm gonna fire up some Mavs. 7,900 more than fair. Matt Kuchar, 7,800. He's the course horse. I mean, and he also had a week off after his second place at Valero. The only thing I want to warn you about is that his ball striking is not quite in order, as you can see by the results on the model. He ran that 16th place at Valspar by gaining over 6 strokes around the green. And then he ran that second at Valero by gaining over 7 strokes putting. So just keep that in mind. But if he's had a week off to sharpen up that ball striking, he's good to go. Adam Hadwin, 7,600. Another guy who's having a bit of a resurgent 22, been playing excellent golf lately. He doesn't have really great course history here, but he's usually a solid beat die player. And H-Town, he does have a T22. So, you know, he's got some form coming in, most definitely. 5th in the model. Strokes gain approach 10th, 13th in points and birdies. Good price on Adam too. I like these mid 7K guys, FYI. And there's other guys on here. I'm just going through a few that popped in the model. So we'll get on down here to Russell Knox at 7,300. He's 8th in the model, top 10s in most of the other categories. And we've been talking about him. He's kind of lost his way with the putter a little bit, but that's par for the course for Russell. He does have 3 missed cuts here in a row, but if you look at the back class like I do in horse racing, he's got a 2nd, a 9th, and an 11th. So he's in play. The last guy I wanted to mention ranks 10th in the model, and that's our boy Nate Dogg down here, who's had 4 events coming in hot. He had a Corrales and a couple other really nice finishes, a good pop at Valero. He's top 10 in both good drives and Gers gain. So a good low-key sub 7K guy. That's going to do it for the RBC Heritage Preview and Breakdown show. Be on the lookout for the next show. I think we're going to do a little bit of deeper dive into some strategy, some more plays, tee times, stacking strategies, and we'll also take a look at the weather. So until next time, peace.